So we are going to be working on 5E, which goes through piecewise functions. So we will be constructing and sketching using piecewise, but we're also going to be understanding them. Now, this is something that is key for Unit 3 and 4 as well. So please make sure you really understand it and how we are writing it. So a piecewise just means we are going to have restrictions, and we're going to have multiple types of graphs that we are going to be graphing based on those restrictions. So in this case here, we are going to sketch the graph of f of x is equal to 2x plus 1 when x is less than -1, x squared when x is equal to or greater than -1, and equal to and less than 0, and 3 minus x is when x is greater than 2. So to start off, the first thing we're going to look at is the first part. So this linear relationship when x is less than -1. To make it easier, just pick -1 and find that point. -1 times 2 is -2. -2 plus 1 is -1. So we know it's going to go here and it's going to go down with our gradient of 2. So that means we have a lovely graph already drawn. The next part is we've got our parabola. But before I do that, I need to know that it's not equal, this is not equal to -1, so I'm drawing an open circle right here. Now, it's my parabola x squared. We know it's a basic graph, so that means it's starting with the origin and it's going to go all the way up here when x is 1, y is 1. When x is -1, y is 1. So we've got our 2 points. It can be equal to it, so that means it's going to be a solid dot. And then we've got our last part, 3 minus x, when x is greater than 2. So that means when x is greater than 2, I plug in 2. 3 take away 2 is 1. It's going to start here, but will not equal, and it's going to go down as rises -1 across 1. That's all we're doing. If we think about our range here, our range, well, is going to be looking at this first part first, which is negative affinity, all the way through to -1. And then we can also go, the union part is this part here, so equal to 0 up to 1. And then our next part is, it's not going to equal 1, but it's going to go down to infinity. So that kind of helps us out. And then we can look at, okay, well, overall, what do we have for our range? We've got negative affinity, and it's going to go up to 1. Let's look at the next question. Let's sketch this graph again. So this time for this piecewise, we've got f of x is equal to x plus 1 when x is equal to and less than 0. It's equal to 1, which will be a straight line when x is greater than 0 and less than 3. And then x minus 2 when x is greater than 2. So the first thing is I'm going to draw my x plus 1 when x is equal to or less than 0. So we know the y-intercept is at 1, and we know our gradient goes down 1 across 1. Goes down across. So you can use your gradient to quickly graph it. The next part is, this is just saying f of x is equal to 1, which is y is equal to 1. So it doesn't matter the x value, it's going to be a horizontal line. The next part, it says x minus 2 when x is greater than 2. So when x is greater than 2, it's going to go all the way up here. It's an open circle because it can't equal to that. If we look at this, state the range of the function, it's going to be all real numbers. So you can do them separately first with the unions, but then you can look at, is there any overlap?